Hello, welcome back to the Sweat Spot. We are going to continue the switch that we made last week. The feedback that I'm getting is you guys are enjoying the shorter 45-minute workouts opposed to the 60. So we're going to keep it going. Let me know if that changes for you, and I'm happy to make the switch back, but I'm feeling good about the 45. So that's what we're going to do today, and I promise, even in 45 minutes with that 15-minute less from the 60, you're going to get a crazy good workout. You need a pair of dumbbells. I've got 10s, whatever feels like a medium weight for you, okay? So that could be 5s, 8s, 10s, 12s, 15s. You're going to be doing things like maybe your hardest is probably tricep kickbacks. There's some kettlebell swings in there, lots of low body stuff. But anyway, we're going to get into it first, of course, with your warm-up. So just find some space. And let's start with your jumping jacks. Arms all the way up and all the way down to your sides. If you want low impact, same thing. Just step it, alternating foot out to the side. Squeeze in like 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Side lunges. Stay nice and wide. Bend one knee at a time, hinging at the hips. See if you can tap the opposite foot or the knee if the foot feels a little bit too far for you. A few more of these, then we'll go into your kick toes. And 3, 2, 1, kick toes, stand up tall, kick. See if you can tap the opposite foot, keeping the body straight, legs straight, really loosening up the hamstrings, waking up the hips. Couple more, 3, 2, 1, death march. We're gonna stagger one foot slightly in front of the other, and then just hinge at the hips. See if you can tap that foot with your hands or as close as you can come with good form. So keeping a flat back, sending the butt back. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Skater steps. Cross it back. Touch the floor or your knee with the same hand as the back leg. Both knees are bending. Finding a glute stretch. Couple more. 3, 2, 1. Squats. Feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Sit back on your heels. Knees are following the line of the toes. Like 4 more. 3 more, couple more, then we'll go into butt kicks in 3, 2, 1, butt kicks, heels to your butt, nice little jog, bringing those heels right up so we can get a quad stretch, low impact, same thing, just step, hello to Sully, in 5, 3, 2, 1, quad stretch, grab your foot, bring it up to your butt, 2 or 3 seconds, then switch, same thing on the other side, little stretch, little balance, keep that body moving. We don't want to be here for too long. We don't want to turn it into a static stretch. 3, 2, 1, side bends and twists. Side bend each way and a twist each way. As always, guys, Spotify playlist is linked, or as always, as of last week, Spotify playlist is linked below if you want some tunes to jam out to in your workout. 3, 2, 1, arm circles. Big circles back. Feeling those shoulder cracks. A few more. And then open and hug. Alternate which arm hugs on top. Stretch out your chest and your back. A few more. And then inchworm push-ups. Touch your toes. Walk forward to a plank. Give me a push-up, toes or knees. And then walk back in. Stand it up. Do it all again. 10 seconds. In 5 seconds, we'll do downward dog plank T opens. 3, 2, 1. Push back to downward dog. Pull through to your plank. T opens right and left. Keep working through that combo. 3 moves. Downward dog. Plank. T opens right and left. In 3, 2, 1, right into plank, deep lunge, twisting reach towards that front leg, then back to your plank, over to the other side for the same thing. You're making this very challenging, Sully. Couple more, there we go, I get my space back. In 3, 2, 1, hands and knees, we're gonna do cat to cow, arch the back, look up at the ceiling, rounding the back, looking at your legs. Nice big arch, nice big round. Couple more times, then we'll go into child's pose to cobra. And here we're just really feeling that low back start to loosen. 3, 2, 1, sit back in child's pose, and then pull through, drop the hips, drop the shoulders, look up at the ceiling. We'll go back and forth again. Child's pose, into cobra. From this child's pose position, we're gonna push all the way back to a little crouch. 3 pulse hamstring stretch. 3 pulses, straighten the legs, stay as close to the floor as you can, and then come back down and do it again. Really give those hamstrings a chance to loosen up. We have a lot of hamstring and glute stuff today. And then roll up in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. We should be nice and warm, ready to get into it. Here is what is going to happen. We are going to go through a bunch of moves only using one of your dumbbells that you have over here of your medium weight, okay? Then we're going to rest, and we're going to go through very similar moves, often the exact same, using 2 dumbbells. So we're kind of starting off a little bit easier, and then we'll make it harder in round 2. So we're going to start with a single leg deadlift. What I want you to do is, move Sally out of the way, I want you to put all of your weight on that front leg. The back leg is just like a little kickstand. It's like barely there to help you balance. And I want you to hold the dumbbell in the same hand as the back kickstand leg. And you're just going to hinge and stand, sending the hips and the butt back so we can load this supporting hamstring, okay? 30 seconds on each leg. You ready? Set. Let's do it. Hinge and stand. Now, if you wanted to get really crazy, you could float this back leg up and turn it into more of an airplane single leg deadlift. But I find when people do that, they focus a lot more on the balance and less on that hamstring burn. And we're only here for 30 seconds. We don't have a ton of time to get those reps in. So I like to just use it as a little kickstand. Gentle bend in the legs. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Same thing, other leg. So I've switched my supporting leg. I've switched my hand. And I'm bringing that dumbbell down as close to beside that foot as I can. If you can bring it right to the floor, back is still flat, no tension in the back, all that tension going to the glutes and the hamstrings, awesome. That's what you're gonna do. If you're feeling rounding, if you're feeling tension, if you're losing that form or really having to bend the leg, go a little higher. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, bent over row. So again, we're gonna stagger the stance nice and wide so you're comfy, and we're gonna pull back beside the chest with the same hand as the back leg, feeling the upper back, a little bit of the shoulder too. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Pull that dumbbell up beside the chest. If you need some more support, you could put this non-working arm up against a wall or on the back of a chair. And I really want you to find that mind-muscle connection. This workout today is very strength-based. There are a couple of cardio moves in it, but we're really trying to build that strength. So if you don't have a weight that feels challenging for the last couple reps, I want you to up it. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Same thing, other side. And now we've just done 2 movements that are hinged back to back. Hinging, this like bent over position, can be hard on the low back. So I want you to engage the core, hold on to those abs. That'll help protect that back. Keep the head in line with the spine. 10 more seconds. And 5, couple more times. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do static lunges. So again, we're gonna hold the dumbbell in the same hand as the back leg. One leg is forward, one leg is back. Chest high, shoulders over the hips. You're just going down and up. That's it. 7 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, down and up. I'm driving through my front heel. So most of my weight is on this front heel. I'm bending that back knee just above the floor, and I want to feel my front glute and my back quad, okay? If you're feeling tension in the knees, that might mean your stance is a little bit too close. And if you're having trouble balancing, it might mean your stance is a little bit too wide. In 3, 2, 1, switch sides, same thing. Down and up, give me that full range of motion. If you need like a wall or something to balance, absolutely use it, do what you gotta do. But if you can stay stationary away from that wall, You're really gonna utilize that core strength, that inner core to help balance. Knee is following the line of the toe, 10 seconds. Doing great. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do overhead tricep extension. So you can hold both sides of the dumbbell or one end, whatever is comfier for you, as long as you can feel these triceps. And I don't want you to feel tension in the elbow. If you do, adjust the form, adjust how low you're going, or drop the weight. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Overhead tricep extensions. Bending and straightening, taking that dumbbell back behind your head. Core stays tight, ribs are tapped. So a lot of times when people are in an overhead position, and especially overhead going behind into like a back rack, the ribs like to flare like this, and the back likes to arch. We want to keep it tight. We want to keep not this, this. Everything is stacked. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we're gonna do sumo squats. So again, we're just gonna hold both sides of the dumbbell. I want you in a slightly wider than normal squat, and we're just gonna sit down and stand up like we do in our warm up. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, 1, squat and stand. Sumo squat, most squats that we do, the majority of people are quad dominant, so they'll feel like a little bit of their glutes, but a lot of their quads. When we do a sumo stance, a little bit wider, it just sends a lot more of that work back towards the glutes and away from the quads. 10 seconds. 5 seconds, get nice and low. That's why I'm holding the dumbbell across, because if we held like this, it'd tap the floor, we can get lower, and rest. Next up, alternating dumbbell snatch. Dumbbell is down here between the feet. All we're gonna do is sit down in a squat. As we stand up, you're gonna pick the dumbbell up overhead. It travels close to the body. We put it down, we switch hands. If picking it up at the bottom at the floor is compromising your form, change at the knees. Ready? Let's go. All the way up. All the way down, switch hands. Up, down, switch hands. Make sure you're dropping the butt, but the chest is high, okay? So I don't want to see this, you guys picking it up, ducked under with a rounded back, and the head's lower than the butt. Drop that butt, keep that chest high, eyes forward. This is a long one, it's 45 seconds. This is one of our cardio bursts. A little weighted cardio, getting that heart rate up, getting yourself a little sweaty, and myself too. 8 more seconds. Full body move. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, kettlebell swings. I'm gonna hold it just like this. That way it's gonna mimic a kettlebell. If you're worried about ceiling height, if you're worried about losing control of the dumbbell, hold both sides. You'll have a firmer grip on it, but you're just gonna hinge. Little dip back, push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes to get most of that power. Ready, set, let's go. Hinge and push. Now you can just go shoulder height. If this is a move that you're not used to, we'll go from the side. You could go right here. If that feels good, you're feeling like you're comfy, and that weight feels like you can take it overhead, bring it all the way up. Full body move, but I want you to get most of the power from the legs. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, we've got tricep kickbacks. So you can just do parallel stance, or you can stagger and use the same hand as the back leg, whatever is comfiest. I care about the arm. Armpit, straight back, squeezing that tricep. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Armpit, straight back. Now this should be one of the more challenging moves with the weight that you've selected. We should be a lot stronger in the back than the tricep. So a move like bent over rows, and obviously the low body stuff, the squats, should be a lot easier with the weights. Like I have a 10, and it felt really doable for both of those moves. This one feels a little bit harder, but make sure you're not swinging. 3, 2, 1, switch sides, same thing. Other arm, armpit, straight back. Really squeeze that tricep to get that lift, okay? No swing, all strength. Good news is, this is the last move in round 1. Of course, we have more rounds to come. 12 seconds, then we get to rest, and we're gonna do 2 dumbbell versions. 8 seconds here, in 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. 30 seconds, you can have a sip of water, shake it out. Now we're gonna use both dumbbells, and a lot of the moves are gonna literally be the exact same thing you just did, but some moves will be slightly different because we're using 2 dumbbells. For example, your first move, instead of a single leg deadlift, I mean, we could do that and just frame the foot, but we're just gonna do regular deadlifts. Feet shoulder width apart, we're gonna hinge and stand with both. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Gentle bend in the knees, send the hips backward, load those glutes and hamstrings. So feel that stretch and then squeeze those glutes together to help you stand back up. Back stays nice and flat, nice and neutral, head is in line with the spine, core is strong, protecting that back. And if you're feeling anything other than that, you might want to stay a little taller. Maybe you need to bend the knees a little more. Find a comfy stance for you as long as you can feel the hamstrings and a little bit of the glutes and you're not feeling pain in the back, that's perfect. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds, next up, bent over rows. We're gonna do both arms together. So just a parallel stance, hinging at the hips, nice big pull, dumbbells up beside the chest, arms stay close to the body. You ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now it feels a little bit heavier on these bent over rows when we have to do both together, but we're only here for 30 seconds. Nice big squeeze at the top, bringing those shoulder blades together. Feeling that upper back work. I'm getting sweaty, guys. Whew. 10 seconds. 7 seconds, closer and closer every single rep. 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds. Next up, alternating backwards lunges. If static lunges are something that feel better for you, if getting that new balance isn't good, do static. I'll tell you when we're halfway. But we're gonna hold both. 3, 2, 1. Step it back, bring it in, switch legs. If you're doing static lunges, just like we did last time, totally fine. Stay on the same leg. I'll let you know when we're halfway. It's gonna be another 10 seconds. Driving through that front heel, chest high. Halfway, switch legs. If you're doing static, keep moving. If you're doing what I'm doing. 15 seconds. Get that leg burn in 10. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, overhead tricep extensions. We're gonna use both dumbbells. It's gonna be a challenge, but it's gonna be quick, 30 seconds. Down and up, you can glue them together if they feel really heavy. If it feels too heavy, still use one. Ready? Let's go. Bend and straighten. Now, if it feels too heavy, if those dumbbells are moving you, you're not moving them, glue them together. Try like that. And if it still feels like too much, drop one, use one, just like we did in that first round. 10 seconds. Nice stretch at the bottom. Squeeze those triceps to lift back up. 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds. Next up, sumo squats. Same move, we're just gonna use both. So nice and wide. You can hold both facing each other or facing back, whatever's comfiest for you. In 5, 3, 2, 1, down and up. Sitting back on your heels, slightly wider than your normal squat stance. And I feel comfiest holding my dumbbells facing each other, like palms facing in. But if you feel comfier back here, that works too. Get nice and low in that squat, but I want you to still feel tension in the glutes. So don't let that butt tuck under at the bottom. 15 seconds to go. We're close. In 10, in 8, in 6, in 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. 15 seconds, dumbbell snatch using both, okay? This is gonna be a tough one, it's gonna be heavy. If it feels like too much, again, just use one dumbbell but hold both sides of it so both arms are working together. 3, 2, 1, nice and wide. Pick them both up, put them both down. Both up, both down. Dumbbells travel close to the body. You can use some of that power from standing to help you get those dumbbells up overhead. Breathe through it. More than halfway there. 10 seconds. 7 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Whew. Kettlebell swings using both. We're only gonna go shoulder height. Lots of power from the legs. Nice quick movements. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Hinge, push, push. So push those hips forward, squeeze those glutes. So lots of that power is coming from those legs, and just a little bit is coming from the upper body. If you're feeling real comfy, by all means, take it overhead. But if you want to stay right here at shoulder or eye height, that works for me. Breathe through it. Keep that pace. 12 seconds. Now just 10. 7 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Holy smokes. I'm getting out of breath. Tricep kickbacks, both arms parallel, armpits straight back. Take a breath, I need it. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Armpits straight back. Good news is, this is the last move in round 2. We get a 45-second rest in 20 seconds. I'm regretting not bringing a sweat towel over here for this workout. I was like, oh, a strength workout. I won't really sweat that much. Flash to me dripping everywhere. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 45 seconds. We are gonna repeat it. Of course we are. So catch your breath, wipe your sweat, get a drink of water so that we can get to this last round and attack it. So you have 24 seconds left at your rest. Enjoy it, recover as best you can. Single leg deadlifts next. So we're back at our 1 dumbbell moves. If you are feeling like 1 dumbbell was a little bit too easy for you, maybe you don't have heavier weights that you could go up a little bit, use both for both rounds. Here we go. Same hand as back leg, our kickstand. 3, 2, 1. Hinge and stand. So if you had 2, you would just frame this front leg with both dumbbells. We're focusing on sending the butt back, and that naturally drops the body down and up. Really great for the hamstrings, really great for the glutes. 10 seconds, then we're gonna go right into the other side. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, right into the other side. Same thing, I've got a gentle bend in both my supporting leg and my kickstand leg. Just a gentle bend, nothing too crazy. And I'm keeping my back nice and flat, keeping my core engaged to support that back. 12 seconds, then we get to rest. We get to move on. In 7, in 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, our bent over rows, whatever arm you want to start with. Nice staggered stance, unless you want to go parallel, by all means. Put that opposite hand on the wall if that feels good. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, big pull. Head is in line with the spine, so try not to look too far, like your feet, or too high up at me. Keep it in line with that back. That will help keep tension away from it. 12 seconds, then we're gonna go into the other side. Find that mind muscle connection, all about that upper back burn. Keep it going, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, same thing. Other arm, big pull. Bringing that dumbbell right up beside your chest. Elbow stays tight to the body. Build that strength. With every single rep, we're getting stronger, we're getting fitter, and we are already more than halfway through. 10 more seconds, then we get to rest again. 7 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Enjoy 15 seconds to recover, and then we are into our static lunges, one leg forward, one back, holding the dumbbell in the same hand as the back leg. In 5, 3, 2, 1, down and up. Build that leg strength. Remember feeling the front glute and the back quad, chest high, shoulders stacked over the hips, getting low in that lunge. 10 seconds, then we're gonna go right into the other leg. 7 seconds, down and up. In 5, 3, 2, 1, switch legs, let's go. No rest, right into the other side. Breathe through it. Push that pace if you're feeling good. Give me those extra reps. 15 seconds down, 15 left, then you get to rest. Adjust that stance as needed. You can always go wider or more narrow. 8 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds, overhead tricep extensions are next. One dumbbell, hold both sides or one end. Take a deep breath, shake out those arms. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. So you could hold one end like this. Usually gets a little bit lower like that. If that's not comfy or you feel it better, holding from both sides like this, you can do that version. Whatever works best for you and your body, wherever you feel stable, and you can focus on those triceps. 10 seconds. Nice, comfy stance. You can always get wide, get low, brace that core. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, sumo squats. We're gonna hold both sides of that one dumbbell. Nice, wide squat stance. Take a deep breath. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, down and up. There we go, we're in it, it's happening. Feeling the glutes, a little bit of the quads, awesome for the hips. Down and up, 15 seconds is gone, 15 seconds is left. Now just 12, now just 10. Keep that body moving for the last 7 seconds. Couple more. 3, 2, 1, rest. Alternating dumbbell snatch. Dumbbell is down here in between the feet. We're gonna squat, pick it up from the floor or in between your knees, bring it all the way overhead. In 5, 3, 2, 1. This is a long one. It's 45 seconds, but we did it. We actually did it with 2 dumbbells too. So I know you're gonna be just fine with this one dumbbell, alternating arms. Breathing through it, making every rep count, pushing that pace but with good form, dropping the butt, chest high, dumbbell stays close to the body, so don't let it swing way out in front of you. Whew, we're almost there. 15 seconds, feeling the whole body work, the glutes, the quads, the shoulders, the back. 7 seconds. Now just 5. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, kettlebell swings. You can go shoulder height, you can go eye height, overhead, whatever is your comfort level with the weight you have. In 5. I like to hold the end, it gives me a little swing. 3, 2, 1, little hinge, big push. Now, if you don't feel like you have a good grasp on that dumbbell, I know if people have like really little hands, sometimes holding one end doesn't feel sturdy. So you can always turn it this way, and it's just gonna take away a little bit of that like true swing feeling like you get on a kettlebell, but it's still very much gonna work the same body parts. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds, tricep kickbacks, whatever arm you want to start with. You can stagger, you can parallel, but we have a little hinge, armpit straight back. In 5, 3, 2, 1, armpit straight back. Remember, that lift is not about momentum, it's not about swing, it's about using that tricep, using that muscle. Squeeze, give me that height, get that dumbbell away from your butt at the back of the move. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go right into the other arm. And the awesome news is we have less than 8 minutes in your whole workout. That's crazy. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Come on, we did one arm. We gotta get through the other arm. And we're gonna find that same form, that same rhythm. Armpit straight back, squeezing that tricep to get that lift. No swing, no momentum, all about your strength. 12 seconds, 10 seconds, then a 30-second rest is coming your way. Earn that rest in 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Well-deserved 30 seconds, and then you know what's happening. We are doing the 2 dumbbell versions. So very similar or sometimes the same moves, but with 2. We are starting with our deadlifts. Feet parallel, like shoulder width apart, gentle bend in the knees, hinging at the hips, sending the butt back. Here we go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, hinge and stand. Gentle bend in the knees. It should feel and look way different than a squat. Mostly feeling the hamstrings, but we do want to squeeze those glutes together to help you stand back up. So we'll get a little bit of glute activation in there, and that will take away the pressure from your low back. But we still want to hang on to those abs. We still want to keep the back neutral, the head in line with the spine. 15 seconds to go. This is the last time that we have to go through these moves, so make it count. In 10. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, bent over rows. We're gonna do both dumbbells at once. We got that strength, we might as well use it. Take a breath. Here we go. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice big bend. Pull those dumbbells up beside your chest. Feeling that upper back. Little bit of the shoulders, maybe even a little bit of the chest, but mostly that back. Woo, we're flying. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Now just 10 seconds, stick with me. A few more times. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, alternating backwards lunges, holding both dumbbells at your side. Again, if you'd rather do static lunges, do that. I'll let you know when we're halfway to switch legs. And we are starting in 5, 3, 2, 1. Big step back, bring it in and switch. Good news is we have less than 5 minutes in your workout. Then we're all about that stretch life. We are getting there. Whew. Let's put a nice little push on ourselves. Dig deep for this last 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Halfway through these lunges, if you're doing static, switch legs. Otherwise, keep it moving. Find that glute and quad burn. Pick up that pace at the end if you can. In 10. In 7, a few more times. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, overhead tricep extensions. Use both if you can. I understand that's heavy for that move, so if you need one, do that. Glue them together if that helps. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Take them up, bend and straighten. Now ideally, we would keep them separated because that means both arms have to work equally. But if we need to glue them together, understandable. This is a tough move with this weight. It's just that when we glue them together, often the stronger side will take over. So like my right tricep is way stronger than my left, so my right is probably doing more work right now. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest, thank goodness. 15 seconds, we've got sumo squats. We're gonna have to be nice and wide, fit in both dumbbells in between our legs. We're gonna be here for 45 seconds. So this is a long one. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Squat and stand. It's 45 seconds, so I want you to take your time and I want you to focus on the depth. Get low in that squat, drive through the heels to bounce back up. Find that mind-muscle connection. Are you feeling the glutes? Are you feeling the quads, the hips? Doing awesome. You're already halfway there. You just have to get through another 20 seconds. Then we get to rest. We get to move on. No more sumo squats in 14 seconds. In 10. In 7. In 5. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Next up, dumbbell snatch. We need both dumbbells if that feels doable for you. Otherwise, use one, but use both hands. So instead of alternating, hold both hands on one side or on either side. In 3, 2, 1. Pick them all the way up. Put them all the way down. Use that momentum and that power from standing. I don't often let you use that momentum, but on this one, we want some of that power from the legs. The arms have to do some already when we get to like waist height, chest height, but we want the legs to do lots of that work too. 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 15 seconds, kettlebell swings. Nice little hinge. Push those hips forward, shoulder height or eye height, unless you're feeling real good. Then bring it up overhead. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Hinge and push. As those weights go up, let that breath out. So we want to let the breath out during the hardest part of these moves. This is a long one. It's 45 seconds, but it's also our second last move. We are so close to being done. And we are way more than halfway through these swings. 14 seconds. 10 seconds. 7 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Next up, tricep kickbacks. Whew. Both arms together in 10 seconds. Oh, that last set of kettlebell swings. 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees. Little hinge, similar to when we do our bent over rows. And again, we are squeezing those triceps, lifting with the arms. More than halfway. 12 seconds. In 10. 5 more seconds, couple more. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Holy smokes. That was way harder than I expected. Let's stretch. Let's start with our tricep. We just finished there. Grab that elbow behind your head. Nice gentle pull. Feeling that tricep start to loosen up. All those overhead tricep extensions, all those kickbacks, stretch it out. Stay there for 5 more seconds, then we're gonna swap sides. 3, 2, 1, switch. Gentle pull. Find that stretch, hang out there, breathe into it. Hand is just dangling down the back. You did it. It's over, it's the good part now. The endorphins, the stretch. 3, 2, 1. Let's put those feet together. Grab the hands behind your back, get some height, and then see if you can hang over, pull those arms up a little bit higher. Shoulders, chest, back, and then release the hands, but stay there. See if you can grab the backs of your heels or legs and pull yourself in, feeling a nice hamstring stretch, all those single leg deadlifts, all those regular deadlifts. Release that tension. Stay there for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna stay here, but you're gonna peel one toe off that floor. Pull yourself into that leg. Even if you have to come up a little bit higher, I want you to isolate this leg. And then switch and do the same thing on the other side. So pull that toe off that floor, keep the legs straight. 3, 2, 1, both feet down. We're gonna step back into a deep lunge. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, just like in our warm up, focusing on dropping the hips and reaching through the back heel. Stay there for 5, in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna try to straighten this front leg. So if you can only straighten it a little bit, that's fine. If you can straighten all the way and pull the toe off and pull yourself in, that's where I want you. And then rebend that leg, and we're gonna switch to the other side. So take this leg back, other leg forward. Stay there for 5 more seconds, then we're gonna straighten that leg. 3, 2, 1, straighten this leg. If you can pop up onto the heel, bring that toe off and pull yourself in, awesome. Breathe through it, stretching out that hamstring like crazy. And then we're gonna come back down and we're gonna bend this back knee and push forward into like your deepest lunge. If you can come up higher, awesome. Feeling this back hip and quad. And then let's switch. So just take this knee down, take the other foot forward, lean into it. If your knee is traveling like way past your toe or you're not feeling too big of a stretch, go a little wider. Stay there for another breath. And then we're gonna come onto all fours and we're gonna reach under to the opposite side. So reach the back of your shoulder into that mat, feeling a nice stretch in the shoulder and the back from all those bent over rows, all those hinge positions. Stay there for 3, 2, 1. Other side, all fours. Reach under, dropping the back of the shoulder into the floor, keeping the butt high. Really pressing that arm in. Stay there for 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go into child's pose. So sit back just like we do in our warm up. And then from here, let's gently walk both hands over to one side. So now I can feel the opposite shoulder, a little bit of that oblique. And I'm gonna stay there for 5, 3, 2, 1. Walk it over to the other side. Same thing. Stay there for a nice deep breath, big reach over to the side. In 5, 3, 2, 1, back to the center. Tuck the toes under, let's reach into downward dog. So reaching through those heels, again, feeling a stretch all along the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves, loosening that tension. No tension in the neck or spine, just chilling. And then gently walk the hands and the feet together. We'll stay there for one more deep breath. And then gentle bend in the knees and roll yourself up. We are done, good job, you did it. I am going to film right now that I'm like crazy sweaty, I am going to film your shorter workout for this week. So if you do have some extra time, if you're missing those 60-minute workouts opposed to the new 45 format, add in the 20. We're gonna grab a band and we're gonna work the glutes. See you next time.